This story is about the amazing friendship between a giant Rottweiler named Dozer and a tiny dog named Daisy, a pair that has filled our home with joy and laughter. Their relationship shows that true friendship is not limited by size or personality differences. When Daisy first arrived at our home, Dozer clearly didn't know what to make of her. She was so tiny, outgoing, and full of energy. For the first few days, he was even a little intimidated by her. Daisy, on the other hand, was so charismatic and confident. She immediately decided that Dozer would be her best friend and began to force her games on him. She literally gave him no rest, biting his paws, pulling his tail, barking as if she wanted to bring out something in him that he may have long forgotten, his inner puppy. At first, he just stepped aside, a little confused by her insistence. But one day, as he ran away from her barking, he realized she was catching up to him, and everything changed. In that moment, he realized that he could play with her. From then on, they were inseparable. Despite his imposing size, Dozer was always incredibly gentle with Daisy. If she stubbornly refused to share a toy, he would patiently wait for her to change her mind. It was as if he realized how small and fragile she was, and he treated her with such affection that it moved her to tears. Daisy, for her part, was always thinking of new ways to amuse herself. She quickly realized that she could hide from Dozer under the bed. When she disappeared, he would scurry around the room, looking under the bed and listening for rustling. It was a real game of hide and seek that we both enjoyed immensely. I am often asked, is it true that your house is always fun? 50% of the time, it's because of Daisy. She is an inexhaustible source of energy. It's especially funny to watch her reaction to the red food bowl. It's just an ordinary kitchen bowl. But to Daisy, it's a real object of delight. As soon as she sees it, she starts jumping and twirling around like it's the best thing she's ever seen. Daisy doesn't like to cuddle, but she loves to play, and this is her way of expressing love. Dozer encourages her to play, but as an adult dog, it's sometimes hard for him to keep up with her energy. So we decided, what if we got another little dog, so Daisy could have a partner with the same energy level? That's how we got Mocha into our home. Daisy fell in love with her new little sister right away. Now they are inseparable. They play, fight, and chase each other around the house and yard. Their antics last 2 to 3 hours a day, and even Dozer enjoys watching them have fun. We are happy that Daisy has a friend to keep her company while she plays. Every day spent with Dozer, Daisy and Mocha fills our home with joy. Their friendship is a reminder of the importance of loving, playing, and finding happiness in the little things.
Look at that creepy eye. Yeah, I see you! I see you!
This is the story of a remarkable German shepherd named Rusty, who came into our lives like a long-awaited miracle, filling it with warmth, love, and joy. His arrival was unexpected, but looking back, I realized that at that moment, we needed him just as much as he needed us. We had recently lost our first German shepherd, and the house felt empty. Then, a volunteer from a local shelter sent us a photo of Rusty, who was in an animal rescue service in Miami.
Are you unafraid? What are you doing to that dog?
In that photo, I immediately noticed his floppy ears. They were just like those of our previous dog. Something in his gaze struck a chord with both of us. We didn't deliberate for long. It felt like a sign, and we knew we had to bring him home. On his kennel was a sign that read, "Not aggressive, but doesn't get along with other dogs." That note only strengthened our resolve to adopt him. We thought, what will happen to this big, bewildered boy? Who would want to take him in? We knew he deserved love and a home.
Oh, Daddy, I bring you rubber chicken.
Rusty was terrified of cars. It was the first sign that life hadn't been kind to him. He had likely roamed the streets, facing loneliness and danger. When we brought him home, earning his trust was not easy. There were challenges, but we never doubted our decision. Over time, Rusty grew attached to my husband, finding in him a source of comfort and friendship. They were like two brothers, watching TV together, playing, and eventually falling asleep side by side on the couch, often in each other's arms. I would watch them and smile.
Are you a good boy? You thinking about it? I think he's thinking about it.
Every evening, my husband would put Rusty to bed. At 10 p.m., they would head to the bedroom, leaving me to finish up chores around the house. Gradually, as Rusty settled into a routine and found stability, he began to understand that he was loved, that he had a home and a family. He became an integral part of our lives.
What is that? Is it good? Is that your ice cream? Can I have it? Can I help you with that?
I just wish Rusty loved me at least half as much as he loves my husband. One evening, we were sitting on the couch when Rusty suddenly jumped up and rested his big head on my husband's lap. I couldn't help but exclaim, "This isn't fair. I want cuddles too."
Come on, can you kiss you?
Can I have a kiss?
Oh, God!
But what can I do? Their bond is something special, and while I accept it, I sometimes long for a little of that affection for myself. We have quite the household. Alongside Rusty, there's our older dog, Slade. When we brought Rusty home, Slade gave us a look that seemed to say, "Are you serious? I'm too old for this puppy nonsense." We also have two cats, who add their own brand of mischief to our lively family. Rusty, of course, is blissfully unaware of his size. He often acts like a puppy, even when trying to climb onto my husband's lap. We jokingly call him the German Shepherd from Miami. He has the face of a classic German Shepherd, but his body is a striking reddish color, unlike anything we've seen before. He's taller than typical shepherds and looks like a true giant, and his eyes, those large, expressive eyes, always looking up at you with a puppy-like gaze, it's impossible to resist. Rusty still hasn't mastered the art of playing fetch. We throw the ball, he brings it back, but he never lets it go, as if it's his hard-won trophy. He's become our protector, standing guard over our home. He feels it's his duty to defend his territory and takes pride in having a place to call his own. I often reflect on how much this incredible dog is brought into our lives. He loves us and we love him. We want him to know that he never has to worry again. He has found his family, his home. Sometimes I hope he'll come to snuggle with me instead of always choosing my husband. But even so, his presence is a blessing, and I'm grateful for him every single day.
Hola, Chewy.
This story is about Chewy, an extraordinary sloth who overcame an electric shock and formed an unbreakable bond with our beagle, 7. It's a story of survival, friendship, and incredible willpower. We found Chewy after he was electrocuted by a power line. I remember that day like it was yesterday. He was a small, frightened hairball lying under a tree, unaware of what had happened to him. His paws were shaking and his eyes were full of terror. We immediately took him to the vet. The doctors did everything they could to save him. I remember the doctor saying that all of his back claws were burned and that his left paw was the most severely affected. It was a miracle that he survived. Chewy took a long time to recover. We set up a cozy place for him to rest and regain his strength. Every day we cleaned his burns, treated his wounds, and made sure he had everything he needed. Gradually, his eyes became less frightened and he became less stiff. He began to eat with gusto, and his eyes lit up with curiosity.
Aguacate.
However, the real change began when Seven came into his life. Our playful, energetic beagle was cautious around Chewy at first, as if sensing his vulnerability. But her interest in him grew every day. She came closer to him and carried her toys to him, leaving sticks and balls in front of him as if to say, "Hey, let's play." Chewy, of course, did not immediately realize what this strange creature was doing, jumping around him with such enthusiasm. But Seven didn't give up. She patiently tried to engage him in play, bringing him small twigs and rolling a ball in front of his nose. She seemed to sense that he needed time to understand friendship. One day, while we were all sitting in the yard, something amazing happened. Chewy, who had always kept his distance until that moment, suddenly reached for the ball Seven was rolling in front of him. It was a tiny, almost imperceptible movement, but at that moment, I realized the ice had broken. From that moment on, they were inseparable. Chewy loved watching Seven run around the yard, play with leaves, and play ball. In turn, Seven protected him, always trying to stay close to him. It was as if she knew he needed her support and care. Now, they're always there for each other. Every night before bed, Seven developed a habit of running up to where Chewy was resting and lying down next to him. Chewy would gently stretch and put his paw on her head as if to say, "Thank you for being there." Unfortunately, Chewy's lack of claws makes it impossible to release him back into the wild, but I don't think he needs to go anywhere. He's got Seven. He's got a home and a family that loves him. He's not just survived, he's found a friend for life. If you enjoyed Story, like it, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel to see more touching and inspiring stories.